Hello everyone. In this video we see the context free grammar means CFG. So let's start. So first, if we want only A in our regular language or the expression, so for that we write L is equal to simply A, and regular expression is also only A. And if we want to draw the CFG for this, then how we write? The S means starting symbol, read A, only A. But now in case we want A star, so regular language for A star, as it is first star means it accept null also, then simply A, double A, triple A, and number of A. Then how we write this? This is called the production. Yes, read A. This is the production. So how we write? Simply when we want A, that time only S read A. But now we want again and again we read this A. So how we write? S read first A, then again we want A. So simply we write here yes. Means what is the meaning of this? So we can say that this S start to read first when it is simply A, that time we write here yes and it read A. But now this S we write here read A and S, means first it read A then S, then again we want A, that time again this S read A, yes. Repeatedly we read this S. We want one A, that time single A, yes A we read. Then we want two time A, then first we read A yes, then again A yes. Here two times A is come, but it read null also. So this S read A yes as well as this null. So this, let's suppose I want only 2A. So first time I read A yes, second time I read A yes, and then I read null. So only I get A, and this null means nothing. If I want only this null, then I say, it says that A read only null. If I want 3 times A, then first start with S, then read A, S, again read A, S, 3 times we want read A, then again A, yes, and now I not read A because only 3 times A I want, then I initialize it to the null. So here I get 3 times A. So I hope you get idea how to write production. So this is simply we write because yes read A yes read A yes. So can I write A yes or null? If you write in this way, then it is also right, and if we write this combination, then it is also right. We see one more example. If I only read, now we write CFG also, so you get idea. So CFG is nothing but the V sigma P S. Now meaning of this, V means variable, so which are the capital? So here S is the capital. So variable means V means variable, and in this case the variable is S. This variable always in capital, all the capital letters write in V. Now this sigma means small letters, or we say these are the inputs. So our input is A star, here input is A. So this input means in this case our A is the input, only simple A is the input, and these are write in small letters. So which are the in small letter, write in the sigma. Which are the capital, write in V. Then P. P is nothing but the production. And production means this: S read AS, S read null. These are the production. Here this is the production. And now S. S is a starting variable, starting symbol, start. So we start from this S. S read AS and null. Here S read A. So these are the starting symbol from which we start. So if we want to write now this CFG, then how we write? V means our S. So this S variable, then this is the small letter variables, inputs. So here only A is the input. Then P, and P we initialize here for the our production. This is the P. Or if you write this, then it is also correct, and if you want to read in this form, then it is also correct. So here instead of write this production, only we initialize this production with P and write only P. Then yes, starting symbol. So our starting symbol is also S, then write here directly S. If you start from A, here any symbol is acceptable. If you write A read AS, capital A, or capital X Y Z, then it is also correct. So our CFG is this final. Here the production is the important. So I hope all you get basic idea. So first case, when we want only A, that time we write yes read A, because only we want to read A. But when we want A star, that time we want null also, A, then double A, triple A, n number of A. So we want n number of times we read S. And how we write this n number of S? Again here same, we repeat this S process. First S read A and this S again. If we want again S, then again we read AS. Again n number of AS we read, and when we want to stop, that time initialize with null. Now simply we want A plus B. Only we want A plus B. Then the possibility is S read A or S read B, and in common we write S read A or B. If we want to read A, then it read A. If we want read B, then B. But now the second question is, if we want A plus B star, then so as it is, when we want, this is nothing but we write here A star or B star, and we see how we write A star in this way. AS means repeatedly S is called. So as first we write here A, or now we start with this A. So A read A means this A repeatedly call this small a again and again, or A read this B, BA, repeatedly this B is called, or this A read null also, because this star, and star is nothing but the start from null, then only A, only B, AA, BB. Am I right? So in common we write here A read this AA or BA or null also. So now CFG, how we write CFG? So first we write V. V means capital letter. So here capital letter is my A. Then write in this form. Then inputs. Now input is 2, A and B. We see here form, first V, then sigma. Sigma means inputs. And now here inputs are the A and B. So we write here A, comma B. These are the input. Now after input, this is the production. I initialize this with my P. So here we read simply P, means production, and at the last starting symbol. So here starting symbol is my A, so I write A. So this is the final CFG for A plus B star. And from this tree form we get this also. Let's suppose I want AA. So from this production we get or not, let's we see. So we start from A read, we want AA. So we read first this A and again A. Then we want one more A. So again this read A read same A. Now we want nothing because 2A is complete. Now we initialize this A with null. So we get this. We see one more example. So in this example we want at least 2 A's. So how we write? As I say, which are the compulsory? First write this for the regular expression. First from this we write regular expression. So this 2A are the compulsory, at least 2. And number of A is acceptable, but at least 2 is in must for this example. Only single A, then it is wrong. Here at least 2 is essential, so we write 2A. Now before that 2A, A plus B is acceptable. In the middle, A plus B is acceptable. N number of A and N number of B is start from this language. So N number of A and B is between these 2A, and N number of A plus B can be end with this string. So for example, regular language we write simply AA, then BAA, BAA, B, or ABBA, N number of. So for this AA, only A, that time these all are the null. Then BAA, that time from this only B are the present and remaining all are the null, and these 2A are the compulsory. So I hope all you get idea about this at least 2A. So now how we write the production? So I hope all you get idea about now this A plus B. How we write this A plus B? This A can be read A, yes, N number of A can be read, or N number of B can be read, this S, or it can read null also. In previous example we see about this. So N number of A read, N number of B is read, this S, and or null is also read. Now only this is not sufficient. For before that we want this A are the compulsory. So we write here A, then this we start from this S, because A plus B star is nothing but this our S. We initialize this S for our A plus B star. So we start this A, our starting point is A. So we start this A with S, then this A is compulsory, then again this S, and this A is compulsory, and this is again S. So I hope all you get idea about this. This S, A plus B star means this S. Then A is compulsory, S, and A plus star again. This is for the S, and this is the production. So CFG is nothing but the first variables. So here variable are A, S. Then the symbols or the inputs are the A and B, A, B. Then this is initialized with P, so this P, and then starting symbol is our A. We start from this. So this is the final CFG. We see one more example. So in this example, this L is given in the form of A raised to N, B raised to N, where N is greater than equal to 1. Means what? If we consider this N as a 1, then we get A raised to 1, B raised to 1. So AB simply. Here A raised to 1, B raised to 1. When N is 2, then A raised to 2, B raised to 2 means AA, B B. When A is equal to 3, that time A raised to 3, B raised to 3. And B B B means if n is equal to 2, that time B is equal to 2. When A is equal to 3, then B is equal to 3. Let's suppose now we take 4, 5, 6, then again same. If A raised to 10, then B raised to also 10 because n is present. So how we write this production? Simply we start from this. Yes, read first A. A is compulsory because it's smaller than greater than equal to 1 means 1 A is compulsory. We not consider here null. So this A is compulsory. This B is also compulsory. And between this we write S. Means n number of S we can read and A and B are come in the same sense. Means if we want this 3A and 3B. So we start from this S. Then S read this A S B. Now again we are AB. One time only AB is also right now because here we start from this AB. When n is equal to 1, that time simply A and B are the come. So this is this final production. Now we prove it. So we want this 3 times A and 3 times B. So S read A S B. Then this S again read A S B. This is 2 times A, 2 times B, but we want 3 times B. But if we want now read this A S B again, then S is not initialized to final output. We want final output as a B B. So we initialize it with A B because it read A and B also. Simply A or B because when we want only simple this production A and B, that time we write this A and B simply. Not write this yes because we want only one time A and B. So now we get this 3 times A and 3 times B. So we write in the common A B B B. So I hope all you get idea about this production as well. So again CFG is simple. I hope all you get idea. This is our V variables. A and B are the inputs. P is the production. We write here P. And A is the starting point. And starting point is our S. So this is one more example. This is from the our tutorial. So we want this production. So here the condition is m is greater than n and n is greater than equal to 1. Means when n is equal to 1, that time m is always start from 2, 3, 4, 5, x, y, z. Now how we write this? 0 raised to n and 1 raised to m. This is n. I write here n, 0 raised to n, 1 raised to m. So first let's suppose we start from this s. So this s compulsory read 0. Yes. Compulsory read 1 because it is always greater than equal to 1. 1. Now this s can be repeatedly called this 0 and 1 because n number of n and n number of m. So we write here yes because n number of 0 and 1 come in the picture. Now again here we read one more production A. Why? Because here simply here we write the language. So it can be language 0 1 1 because 0 1 is not considered because m is always greater than equal to n. Means when we put n is equal to 1, that time m is greater than means start from 2 3 4 but not 1. M is always greater than equal to n. So this is 0 1 1. Then if 2 times 1 we take, then 3 times 1 can become or 4 times 1 can become. But 2 is not correct language. This is the wrong. So here n number of language we write. So simply we write this 0 s1, then n number of 0 is come, then n number of 1 is come. I hope all you get idea. In previous year we see when we want equal number of A and equal number of B, that time we write this production A S B. or simply AB. So when yes is repeat, that time equal number of A and equal number of B is come. But here we not want equal number of 0 and equal number of 1. For that we write one more production is 0 A 1. Here we not initialize any 0 and 1. If we initialize, then it is wrong because we stop this yes at this condition. So we write our final condition in A. So this A is read 1A, because here only single 0 is considered, means it is right if single 0 is come in the picture, but 1 we want n number of 1. If we want n number of 0, that time we repeatedly call this yes. But if we want to repeatedly call this 1, for that we write here 1A or simply 1, because when we want stop the production, that time this stop with at this position 1. So this is the final. We not here initialize any final output, means 1 0 or 1 1 2 2. So we get this production or not, let's we see here by the practical. So first we start from yes, then we read this 0 yes 1, then again I want this 0, but when I read this 0, that time if I choose this 0 as 1, then I get this second time 0 and second time 1. But if I want this remaining 2A, then how I get? Then if I initialize this 0, then 3 times 0 are become. So second time I consider this 0 A 1, because here this A production read n number of A. See here 1A, again I read this A, then again I come here 1A, again this A can be read here 1N. If we want final 1, that time only simply I read this 1. So for this second time I read this 0 A 1. Now these 2 0 are complete, this 2 1 is complete. Now 2 1 is remaining. So again I read this now A by this 1A. If I read this only 1, then here I read 1, but 1 is remaining. So how I can read? So first I read this 1A. So 1A. Now this A can be read this single A. So this A 1. Now I get the final output 2 times 0 and 4 times 1. 1 2 3 4. So here this production is 0 0 1 1 1. So if we write here any 1 0, then this yes directly initialize that final inputs, and then remaining process is not continue, and we not get m is greater than equal to n. Now we see one more example. L is read a raised to m 1 raised to n 0 raised to, sorry, here is not a, here is the 0. So 0 raised to m 1 raised to n 0 raised to n 1 raised to m, where m and n is greater than equal to 1. So this is again question from the tutorial. So now see carefully. 0 raised to m 1 raised to m means this 0 and 1 are come equally, means if 0 m is 1, then that time m is also 1. So we write the language like, if my m is 1, that time this 0 is 1 and this 1 is also 1, because a raised to m 1 raised to m. So when m is equal to my 1, that time this 0 raised to 1 and 1 raised to 1. So this 0 and 1 come one time. Then when my n is equal to 2, then this 1 come 2 times, 0 comes 2 times. So 1 1 0 0. If my n is equal to 1, that time this 1 come at the one time, 0 is also we write at the one time, because 1 raised to 1 0 raised to 1. So here again m is equal to, I consider 1, then this 0, this n is equal to also 1, then 1, this 0 raised to 1, 0, then 1 raised to, I consider 1, so 1. Then let's suppose in this case second case is m is equal to 2 and n is equal to 1. That time this 0 comes 2 times, 1 comes 2 times, this 1 comes 1 time, this 0 comes 1 time, because here 0 raised to 2, then 1 raised to 2, 0 raised to 1, 1 raised to 1, 0 raised to 1, then 2 times 0, 2 times 1, 1 times 1, 1 times 0. I hope all you get basic idea now. Again, we see one more example. Or say n number of n, we want not this language, we want the production. So how we produce this? So first let's suppose we start from s. Okay, then now condition is, you get basic idea about this. I think when we want equal number of a and equal number of b, then we write here yes. So equal number of a and equal number of b can be read. So here we want equal number of 0 and equal number of 1 at the end. So can I read this write like this, 0 and 1, and s number of 0 and 1 can be repeated. Okay, this is for this final input. Now we want in this production, the middle is 1 raised to n, 0 raised to n, means this is also one more production is essential. So in these two between, or I can write like this 0 and 1, in between this a is come, and this a I can write for this 1 raised to n and 0 raised to n. So this a is nothing but my read n number of 1 and n number of 0 is read, and this n number how we write this, from this a read again and again, this a read again and again this 1 and 0, again I read this 1 a, then a again read this 1 0, but at any moment I want to stop, that time we write simply 1 0. Most of time keep it in your mind, not write this final input in our starting symbol if not essential. If essential, then yes read write, but most of time write the final input in second production, because if I stop here write here 1 0 1 1, then I directly this yes read that inputs and stop the production. So if I want this production, let's we see we write correct or not. I want this 0 0 1 0. So first I want to read this 0, then I read this yes read 0 yes 1, then again I want to read. So now I complete this 0 and this final 0, here is the 1, these two 1 and 0 I read here 0 and 1. Now again I want this 0 and this 1. So one possibility I choose for this and second possibility I choose for that. But in this two production, quickly I want to read this 1 and 0 also. So if I choose this 0 yes 1, then again I want to read this s, and if when I read this s, that time again 1 0 I can write, and I want only 2 zeros. So second time I choose for this 0 1 a 1. So 0 a 1. So here I read this 2 0. Now my this 0 is also complete, and this 1 is also complete. Now in this middle I want only simply 1 and 0. So if I choose this, when I choose this, when I want n number of 1 and 0 in between these two production, but here I only want one production 1 and 0. So simply I read this 1 and 0. So now I get this production 0 0 1 001, 011, 011. Now let's suppose here one more 1 and 0 is present. So that time simply I read this A. Instead of write directly this 1 and 0, first I read 1 A 0 and then I read this. So now in this time I complete this 1 and 0. Now again I want this read 1 and 0. So here that time the production is see like this 0 0, then I want this 1 raised to 2, then 0 raised to 2. So 1 1 0 0 and this m is already my 2. So 1 1. So here I complete this first time 0 and 1 here. Then second time I complete my 0 and 1 here in this production. Then I complete this 1 0 at here 1 and 0. Now I want to complete this final 1 and 0. So simply I not choose this because again I initialize A again and again. I want to stop here 1 and 0. So I use now this production 1 and 0. So in this way this is our final CFG. Now we write here CFG. CFG is nothing but first write all these capital letters S and A, then write small letters which means input. Here input is 1 and 0. So 1 and 0. Then we write the production. So first initialize it as a production. So this is the P. Then starting symbol. So starting symbol is S. So this is our CFG. Now we see one more example. So question is A raised to I, B raised to J, C raised to K. That time J is equal to I or J is equal to K. This is the condition, and I, J, K are equal than greater than equal to 1. So this is the question. So let's suppose first we consider this equation. J is equal to I is equal to J. So when my I equal to J equal to I consider N, and second J is equal to K is equal to M. Let's suppose. So that time A raised to M, A raised to N, B raised to N and C raised to K. When my I equal to J is equal to I, and when J is equal to K, that time A raised to I and my B raised to M and C raised to M. This is correct. Now second condition. Let's suppose for this we write the production. I hope now you get idea. When we want n number of A is equal to n number of B, then how we write the production. This, let's suppose S1 start to read this A S B. Here n number of A is equal to n number of B. Now we want this C also. So for that C we consider one production which is A1. So this A1 is for this C. So n number of C we can read. So I say C A1 means n number of this C is repeated. And let's suppose this my X1 and final first I start from this S1 A1. So this S1 A1 produce my this condition. So this condition first for this A raised to N, B raised to N, I write this S1 production means n number of A and B are equal, or simply AB also is possible because I and J can be single A and B also equal greater than equal to 1, or here simply C is also possible. Now we write for this. So again I write one production for this combination, one production for this, and both of the combination my starting production is start. So let's suppose this is my X2. So X2 read this S2 this I initialize this S2 for this A production and A2 for this second production. So S2 production is read n number of A S2. This A can be repeatedly read by this S2 or A2. A2 means n number of B is equal to n number of C. So this A2 is nothing but my B A2C. Means this B and C repeatedly equally read by this A2, and from this two combination I read this my starting production, means X2 read S2 and A2. Here we one production we write for this and second production we write for this, and here oppositely. Now we want one combination because here one production we can read, so simply we read here X read this X1 or X2. Am I right? One possibility this I is equal to J, and second possibility J is equal to K. So one X is read first this or this production, X1 or X2. So the CFG is equal to, I hope we write first all variables capital letters. So here how many capital letters? X, X1, X2 and S1. Here is the S1, not only S. So A1, S1, then this S2, A2, S2, A2. These are our variables capital V. Then we want write all the inputs sigma. These are the V, these are the sigma. So inputs are A, B and C only. Now we want production. So this is initialized with P and starting symbol is X. So X. This is our CFG. I hope all you get idea. Now we see one more example. L is equal to A raised to I, B raised to J, C raised to K, where J is equal to I plus K. Then I, J, K is greater than equal to 1. So now here J is equal to I plus K. So can I write like I, A raised to I, B raised to I plus K and C raised to K. Then can I write I raised to A raised to I, B raised to I, B raised to K and C raised to K. This I plus K, can we write this B raised to I, B raised to K? Yes, because this is the rule of the index. If these base are the same, then we directly add this index. So this is nothing but this B raised to I and B raised to K. So now I hope all you get idea how we write the remaining production. First we consider one variable for this A raised to I, B raised to I, because this n number of A is equal to n number of B, and one production for this variable for this equal number of B and equal number of C. So and from this whole by using this two variable we write whole one string. So how? Let's see. First let's suppose I start from X. So X is read this A and B. I initialize this A for this. So this A is read A, B. My A, n number of A is equal to n number of B, or simply A, B also, because ijk is greater than equal to 1. So when my ijk is equal to 1, that time one production I write here. Or for second, this B can be my this B and C, means n number of B is equal to n number of C. So this B, C, or simply BC. So now I hope all you get clear idea about this. So CFG G is nothing but the first my capital letters all X, A, B. Then inputs are my A, B, C. My production is P and starting is X. So this is my CFG. Now this is one more example. So this letter and letter plus digit. So let's suppose we consider one variable for this A, one variable for this bracket B, and this from this A and B we form our production. So let's suppose my X read this combination of AB. Okay. Now this A first only read my letters. So letters can be capital or small. So let's suppose it read A simply or B simply or up to small z. Then it can be read capital A my, capital B or up to capital Z. Okay. So first here we complete this A. Now this B. So this B, how I can write? So first it read my letters or the digits. So if my B read only letter, then simply I write this A B, because this A means my letters and n number of letters read my this B. Okay. Then or combination of this digit also. This is for my letter. Here I write A for letters and D for my digits. Digits. So this letter, n number of letters read this B or n number of digits read my B. So D is nothing but my digits. So digits can be 0, 1, 2 up to 9. Up to 9 my digits will be read by this B. Or this can be read null also, because A star, and A star means this bracket can be null also. So for that I write this. So I hope all you get idea about this also. First my string is read A and B combination. This A is nothing but my letters. So letters can be small a, capital A, small letters, capital letters. Then this B, one possibility is only read my letters. So for this I write this AB. See, this B read n number of A again and again. This A is my letters or n number of digits. So digit, this B can be read n number of D. D is nothing but my 1 to 9 digits, or it can be read null. So this is our production, and this CFG is, G is again first all capital letters X, A, B, D and no bus. This is our final variables. Inputs are A, B up to Z. Or A, B up to Z or 0 to 9. And production is this, P is equal to P and starting is X. So this is our final CFG. I hope all you get idea about this. Now we stop here. If any confusion or question, then let me know in the comment box. Thank you.